Good day. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Crispy T, and I'm back. Yes, as you can see, this is an update to episode 6 and episode 6, sorry, I beg your pardon, of Calling of a Ravenous Bird. And this is concerning the situation with the US Treasury. And if you recall, on the original prophecy as given on episode 6, and I also gave an subsequent update over there, please check those out. They are below in the description box. That this is all to do with the debt situation of the US Treasury, whereas they were just not, what's the word I'm looking for? Just not disclosing really their actual financial position in regards to the liabilities. And like I said there, that this was something that was given on a news report, and the news report, they were showing that yes, under Donald Trump, that the economy was doing very well, but the news report did not disclose the state of the Treasury. Now, I don't know what it entailed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even ask Spirit to divulge more to me in regards to this, but here I've got this article here by Sean Morrison from IG. Now, IG is a trading platform that you'll find, which is actually headed up in the UK, and it's one of the popular ones here in South Africa. So over there, when one of the senior analysts named Sean Morrison actually gave a breakdown and announced that last week the Treasury, as in the central bank there, and the Federal Reserve there at the USA was basically just the central bank was reducing purchasing government bond assets, which were backed by either the US Treasury and backed by the Federal Reserve and the one of the government or the government agencies. So basically, let me explain this to all those people who don't understand, and this is why I was actually getting a bit flustered in this. So let's say you have a central bank, and that's the main bank belonging to a country, right? And therefore, that and you get the treasury in itself, which is the financial department or the financial administration of the which is the treasury, which is where the money goes to ultimately for a country and where it's stored at. And then you have the central bank, which is the main bank, okay, which does the printing of the notes and the banknotes. And what's really going on there, just to keep a complex situation um, simple for everybody, is that the main thing that they do is that they issue out loans, right? So let's say now, and they call it a treasury bill, which is about, let's say, a certain department needs a loan, or certain company that is doing a certain function for government needs a loan, and they issue out the treasury bills, which means that if you pay it back within a certain amount of time, you don't pay back the whole thing, right? So essentially, that's what it is. And also now, why has it become an asset for the central bank, the part of which prints out the US dollars, is that the fact that, say, the treasury bills get transferred over now, in meaning that they absorb the debt in itself, even though it's not been paid back as yet, and it becomes an asset, and therefore it buffers up the book, so it makes things look very polished, or polishing it up, or it's emboldening it, meaning that it's overvaluing the actual status of the central bank, meaning that now, because the ways are supposed to work when we still had the gold standard, is that, as let's say, a certain gold bar, gold unit meant you print out one US dollar, something of the sort. Now, with the way that it works, is now they call it fiat currencies, and US dollars called the fiat currencies. That all you need to do is just print out a certain amount of money. You don't need the gold reserves to go with it. You just need a certain valuation in terms of assets, and you keep printing it out. Now, when you get printing and you keep printing and you keep printing, and this also ties in with episode 8 where I was talking about the fact that the inflation is going to go up, right, in the USA. So this is just not even just about episode 6 in itself, but it's also about episode 8 in itself, where the inflation in itself is just going to keep going up because, like I was saying, with the debt structure and as far as treasury bills, you don't pay back the whole thing. If that's the premise of it, is that it's incentivized sort of borrowing. That if you pay it back quickly, then then you don't have to pay back the whole thing. Now, here's what I was saying: who's ensuring that the money's actually getting paid back in the first place, even if it's in part? As it's let's say it's like you take out 100,000 and you pay three-quarters of it, and you only pay back 75,000, right? So, and I'm talking obviously in US dollars terms here because we're talking America. Then who ensures that the money is getting paid back in full? So that's where the tricky situation is with this situation here in the USA. That they're saying that they're tapering it, and this is where the headline comes in. And tapering just means that they're slowing down the amount of that they take out, or the amount of assets that they purchase, meaning the amount of treasury bills that they take out, right? So therefore, they were saying that they're going to reduce it by like 15. I think it was like 15 million every month. So, and they're saying they can adjust it at any time starting from November. It means that they're just going to slow down, meaning that essentially they are running out of money. So if they cannot pick up and absorb any more treasury bills, it means that they are running the reserves, or the financial reserves of the country, quite, and they're depleting the resources. Ultimately, it's just a fancy way of saying that yeah, we've put ourselves in a debt situation and we're just not paying it back. It's not getting paid back. So it's a fancy maneuvering around the way of things. So it now gives more prominence to why it's giving them more explanation to the debt situation and why it was not disclosed, I should say, in terms of the financial position, the financial reporting. When the news report in itself, and I said I gave a double meaning, that there's the financial reporting side of it and there's also the actual news reporting side of it. So you are seeing quite crooked accounting happening essentially there in the USA. So people, please pray for American brothers. And not only is it about the American brothers, remember that the US dollar is the currency of choice as far as the world is concerned, and the US as a superpower, as the biggest global economy, will have a knock-on effect to everybody else in the world. And that's essentially what has happened. And as far as the discipline and fiscal discipline and also the monetary policies there over there in the USA, with Donald Trump being out of the picture, it just seems like it's just being run ragged, and people are just running wild, and they're just creating more debt, and especially now there's this pandemic and everything has been slowed down, and people are just going back to the same old, same old, same old. So it seems that why God had put Donald Trump there was essentially he was a watchdog for the USA, and he was about putting USA first because, like I said, well, I haven't said this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I like to say that in general, but I haven't said this to anyone. But the USA is very dear to God. Like, not to say that nowhere else is, but the main thing is this: that the first president actually made a covenant that the USA, should they ever go away from God, that is the end of the United States of America. So this is where I was saying that people are just concentrating on the person and the person. They just don't like Donald Trump. But here's the thing, though: it's that as Jesus said, you will see them by their fruit. And does a bad tree produce bad fruit? And again, if his policies were doing so well and he was doing so well for America, is he really as bad as what people are saying? That's all I'm saying. No one is saying he's perfect. No one's saying he's perfect. So yeah, like in the words of Luke 6, uh, verse 43 to 44, where it's like about seeing them by their fruits, essentially, about a tree and its fruit. So just always bear that in mind when you're dealing with people and world leaders, and also know that God always has a say as far as anyone, and that goes in any other vocation. And I was just talking to people that even in my because I kind of like my sports and everything else, that he has a say even in the appointment of managers, things that like that. God has a say in everything, and that's why it's important to acknowledge God in all your ways. Anyway, that's the one I have for you today. It's quite a serious situation, and one that should monitor, that the USA is really essentially just running out of money. So, with that said, it's your boy Crispy T, and this is the update for this week. Just monitor the US Treasury situation, please, people, and the central bank and whatever's happening there financially, especially with the runaway inflation. Apparently, it's going quite bad over there. Yeah, ever since like Joe Biden took over, and like I said, that the economy is going to get so out of hand, and that's one I was talking about there in I think it was episode 8. I'm not I can't remember too well, but anyway, I'm just going off the cuff. I think it was episode 8 or 9. It could be 8, but where essentially I was just saying that where Donald Trump is really, they're just waiting it out, and even oh, I'm keeping track of but then I'll just tell you it was the episode where I was talking about the signal to the world and the gunshot fired, as a warning from Donald Trump, even there, that there's waiting it out, and God is doing his thing right now. So let's pray for the USA and pray for its people, and that God, they do not turn away from God. I know whatever you're feeling you had around the election and everything else, but that's neither here nor there. That's not the topic for this right now. Just keep watching the US reserves. May God bless you all, and I will catch up with you at another time, yeah? Cheers, bye bye.